Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. It's Mr. EduFox TV. If you're a missing middle student and you've been checking your NFSAS portal maybe every 5 minutes, some students they check every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes, and you keep on seeing the same status, loan in progress, and it's not changing, right? And just a few days ago, NFSAS put up this announcement on the media. As you can see here, it says NFSAS concludes all funding decisions for 2026 and mop up payments for 2025. NFSAS is pleased to announce that it has processed all 2026 funding applications prior to the start of the 2026 academic year as committed to by the 31st of December 2025. All students can view their funding statuses via the NFSAS portal, right? So this is what is making a lot of people panic because NFSAS is saying that look, we are done. We have concluded all application statuses, yet your status still says fund a loan in progress. Now, what's the issue now? What's the problem? The problem is that we still don't understand what is this loan, right? Number one, you applied for a loan and you didn't apply for a bursary, right? These are two completely different things. The loan scheme has completely is completely different from the bursary. The loan also has different rules as compared to a bursary. For example, for the loan, you have to maintain a 60% pass rate, right? Meaning you have to pass 60% of your modules for the loan. For the bursary, you have to maintain a 50% pass rate. You have to pass at least 50% of your modules. For the loan, you have to pay it back as soon as you start working. For the bursary, you don't have to pay it back, right? And the bursary, you qualify if uh, your what is that? Your household income, if it's between uh, 0 to 300,000, right? Yearly income. If it's less than 300,000, you qualify for a bursary. And if it's between 300,000 and 600,000, you qualify for this loan. And you are classified as a missing middle student. Now let's listen to what the Minister of Higher Education and Training said when he announced this loan thing.
Of Technology Vice Chancellor, Professor Lawrence van Staden, has also been appointed. Sa took leave of absence as he and Zemande are investigated for
able to get university 1,001 cents. Going to be funding
300
is the criteria that already is
previously to apply.
here is the criteria that already is going to guide this. We're going to be funding this missing middle. Students whose annual household income is between 351,000 or 350,001 cent and up to 600,000 rand. We're also going to be funding both TVET and university students, public universities and public colleges. We're also going to be funding, by the way, this is very important, both undergraduate and postgraduate students. In other words, those who are unable to get money from the NRF, we will also be able to assist them through the scheme. And the criteria for funding is that 70% of those funded must be following science, technology, engineering, and mathematics programs, STEM programs. And we may adjust this a little bit to include commercial programs that are in demand in the labor market or entrepreneurial programs. But largely the 70% will be directed towards funding those who are in STEM disciplines and 30% in humanities programs. And all the students who will be funded must be willing to sign a loan agreement. Conditionalities, students can apply for the loan in year 1, year 2, year 3, and so on, in order to continue to be funded through the loan. And students are expected to get 60% pass rate on average to continue being funded.
Former Tshwane University of Technology Vice Chancellor, Professor Lawrence van Staden.
So, guys, you heard the minister, right? He's explaining this issue of the loan, and their main focus, 70%, he said, is focused on those are doing the STEM programs, right? STEM programs, those are doing the technology, science, engineering, mathematics, those kind of programs. That is what they are focusing on because they believe that those kind of programs, like to make it simpler, it's easier to get a job if you are doing engineering, for example, or if you are doing nursing, for example, or you are doing your, what is it, you're a doctor, right? Medicine. It's easier to get a job when you're doing those programs. That's what the minister is saying. It's easier to get a job, then it will be easier for you to pay back. You see, they don't want to focus mostly on courses whereby as soon as the student is done, it will be very difficult for them to get a job. So let's go back to our pro. So now we understand what is this loan and how it works and what is the criteria and what do they look at and which programs do they focus on. Now let's go back to this problem that we have here, which is the status, right? So the question is, if NFSAS has concluded their programs, why is your status still saying loan in progress, right? So first things first, I want to urge people, number one, not to panic. This doesn't mean that you've been rejected. No, you've not been rejected, right? Your loan is still in progress, meaning they're still processing your loan, right? You are stuck in what I call the waiting room, right? So your application is still being considered for a loan, but it's still stuck on the waiting room because you still have not fulfilled certain conditions of this loan. Because this loan works different than the bursary as compared to the bursary. It works totally different, right? So today I'm going to show you the official loan scheme guideline to explain exactly why your status is frozen, and I'm going to warn you about some hidden threats, in this contract that almost nobody's talking about. So let's look at this loan scheme guideline. So this is the loan scheme guideline, right? This document. This document explains the criteria, it explains the conditions for the loan, things which you have to fulfill before you get the loan. And if you go to point number 11, point number 11, that mentions the general conditions here. So here on the general conditions, it says here general conditions of funding. The following general conditions are applicable for funding. First condition, which is very important, right? First condition is that students register, right? Or have registered for one of the specific programs that are funded on the loan scheme. This is why your status is stuck on loan in progress. Number one, you're still not registered. If you're still not registered, they don't know how much you need for them to draft that loan contract for you. They don't know how much you need, etc. So it says here that are funded for on the loan scheme, subject to NFSAS and Department of Higher Education and Training approved enrollment numbers meet the financial eligibility and academic criteria before a loan is awarded, before a loan award is confirmed. This is very important. So, before a loan award is confirmed, you must fulfill these conditions. You must be registered, right? And you must meet the financial eligibility and you must meet the academic criteria. Financial eligibility is the one of the missing middle, that your household income should be between 300,000 and 600,000, as the minister explained, that it should be between that. Even if it's 300,000 and 1 cent, right, or 1 rand, up until 600,000, you qualify for this loan. So this is the most important, and this is why your status is stuck, right? This is why your status is stuck. That says that students register or have registered for one of the specified programs, and this is the key difference. With a bursary, they can just say approved, right? Because it's free money. But this is a loan, and a loan is a legal credit agreement. NFSAs literally cannot give you a final contract until they know exactly how much your tuition is. So if you're sitting at home waiting approved before you go to university to register, you will wait forever, right? If you didn't register, you will wait forever. You have to trigger the approval by registering first. Once you register, the university is gonna take your registration and send it to NFSAS, and then NFSAS will finally send you what they call the loan agreement form, LAF, and that's the one you have to sign. You, as well as your surety, like your parent or whoever is responsible for you, right? So this is the main issue that is keeping your status stuck, right? This is the main issue that is keeping your status stuck. And there is a reason why this loan exists, right? There's a reason why this loan exists. NFSAS is under financial pressure, and because of that, this money is not free. So, if you look at other clause in this document, you'll see they talk about things like once you start finishing, interest will start they'll start charging you interest as soon as you finish your, like, 12 months after graduating. They'll charge you interest, and if you don't pay back, they can even send your information to the credit bureau. You can be blackmailed and all that stuff, you see. So you have a 12 months grace period after graduation, and then the interest will start clocking, meaning the more you don't pay them back, the more the money increase. So the reason why your status is not changing, to go back to the main thing, is that it's because you didn't register. That's the simple answer. You didn't register, so you have to register first, and then you have to make sure that you meet your financial eligibility and your academic criteria. So one thing that you have to know also is that if you achieve, for example, I think this is on 12.6, just let me check. 12.6. It's 12.45. Yes. So it says a student who achieves at least 70% average in all registered modules in the program and completes his or her studies within the minimum time as prescribed by the curriculum of the higher education and training will be eligible for a 50% discount of the total loan amount. So if you get 70% average on all your modules, you'll get a 50% discount, meaning 50% of the loan will be converted to a bursary. So this means that you have to work hard in order for you to convert this loan, half of the loan, to a bursary. Then when you pay back, you'll be able to pay only half of the amount. So to conclude, number one, wait until the registration opens and go and register. Right? Don't wait for the status to change, because the status is not going to change. It will continue to be on loan in progress. You can call them, you can email NFSAS, whatever you can do. The status is not going to change until you register, right? And once you have registered, then you have to keep checking your emails, because now they're going to send you a pre-agreement code, right? Where something you have to sign it. You have to sign a pre-agreement code. And number three, this, guys, please, as soon as you're done signing your loan agreement, make sure that you get 70% average in all your registered modules. It's going to be difficult, but it's the only way to beat this interest thing, like, because they're going to make sure that they cut your loan in half. Then you pay only 50% of your thing. So here it says if the student is employed but fails to disclose employment, this one is not important. But the main thing that we covered today is that you have to make sure that you wait for registration and you register. And sometimes maybe you are going returning students and you're owing the university money. Most universities have that AOD, right? You go sign the AOD form, whatever AOD, acknowledgement of debt, and then the university will allow you to register. And then once you register, then you can start now checking your status on NFSAS, because that's where the status will then change, and an agreement form, LAF form, might appear on the application portal that you have to sign, you and your guardian or your surety, like your mother or your father, whoever is responsible for you. So guys, this is the end of the video. Please don't forget to subscribe. I hope everything made sense. Is this video helped you calm down? Please like the video, subscribe. I'm going to be making another video on those whose status is stuck on, I think, verification. Yeah, I'm gonna make the next video on that. I'm still doing some research to see why is people's status is on verification, and those are people who applied for the bursary. So yeah, this is Mr. EduFox, and guys, I'm just helping you survive your degree. So I'm out.